Good day, good day. I am here today to give you an energy update as well as a reading for what is happening, some messages for you today. I am Sue Pickering. I am here and I am so happy to be doing this every single day. I've been feeling a lot of energy around there's there's such opposite I'm feeling such opposite sides of the coin. I am feeling the energy of blast off for a lot of people. Things are just ticking along and everything is just falling into place, and it's all been really good, manifesting at your finest. But then there's the other side. I am feeling this aspect of struggle, this aspect of, being faced with, the things we haven't looked at. If you haven't been doing the internal work, there's just this massive shift happening. And for people to really look at, now I'm getting some other stuff. I got to write it down before, so I remember to talk about it. Just hold on a second. Oh, now I've already lost it. It'll come back. Um, this massive struggle of looking at who we are, um, from an ego standpoint, from a space of, there is something, I'm just writing stuff down. There's a space of looking at shadows, is what I'm hearing, like looking at our true selves. Who are we? How do we treat people? Not just how we treat people, but how we react to people. But there's just something here with, that struggle is so real. People are leaving people's like relationship behind again. Like it's just been absolutely crazy. But a lot of people aren't looking at themselves to understand why people are leaving. I hope that makes sense. Yes, people drop out of our life. When we're growing and we grow out of people, yes. But there's aspects of the things like what's coming in is narcissism, for example, or gaslighting. If we are gaslighting, or I'm seeing and like a lot about victimhood, not just victims. You know what I mean by being a victim, being in lack. Those people are having to face um, who they are. Why are they a victim? Why are they, why is your ego so strong that it takes precedence over healing, over your shadow, over um, growth, is what's coming through. So that is really showing up. And coming up now, we're coming into eclipse season in September. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of that is coming to the surface, which creates havoc, which creates hardship, what feels like it, right? It's all part of that. And then there's another aspect as well. There's an aspect of, timeline shifting is happening in a massive way starting in September. There is something that is coming through, and with the timeline shift, our body shifts. We maybe feel like, it's just like ascension symptoms. We feel these things. We feel, this unsteadiness, I'll call it, whether that's through being dizzy, whether that's through, fog brain, what feels like fog brain, things like that. But what's happening in that timeline shift, when we're going inward, we're finding the growth. We're finding and discovering more of who we are. We are skipping, like, yes, you've done the work. This is for the people that have really done the work with this timeline shifting. There is like, you've done the work. So now you could just go inward for a couple days, and all of a sudden you're a whole new person, because your body knows how to regulate through that timeline shift. I don't know. I've never heard of it that way before, but that's what's being channeled right now. And there's just a bigger aspect of growth, like massive, like where you are from a whole new vibration where now you can manifest and things just happen and people are attracted to you. This is mostly for entrepreneurs in this aspect. So however that relates to you in your life, but there is a massive shift here that is creating this forwardness, this space of um, abundance and joy, but there is just something here for you're finally going to get to be on stage. You're finally going to get recognized. You're finally going to get where the right people are just going to fall on your lap because you've deciphered for the last however many years what is right for you, what isn't. There's no more testing. It's just going to start falling on your lap. It's going to, the things are going to just start aligning for you in how it's going to come into play. Okay. This is massive growth, massive timeline shifting. And with the timeline shift, there's that gap between people. There's that, you know, how I said you outgrow people and then they fall away. That is what I'm meaning. There's going to be more people falling away, not because you're choosing to walk away from somebody that has treated you poorly. Okay. This is just different energy. I hope this makes sense because when I get these messages, I usually sit and decipher them after, but right now I'm just told just to do it. So I'm doing it. Yeah, there's something like the energy is really shifting and there's going to be a massive shift. I'm hearing by November. Something's happening in November that is going to create a massive shift and energetically. So, you know, if you are having a struggle, you know, is it your ego? If not, then maybe it's a timeline shift. You have to decipher what you're being faced with. If someone is telling you something and you're being faced with it, time to look at ourselves. And it's not a judgment. It is just a space where can I grow here? Where can I be more of a person not in my ego? Where's my growth? Where is my, you know, this is part of who you are from a soul level. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get into the cards now. If you have any questions, just ask because I get these messages all the time about the energy of the world, and I could be just walking down the street or doing laundry, and I get all these things that come. So we have, look at that, the High Priestess. I love this. Yeah, this is about higher connection, just like I said, you know, connecting to a deeper way. There's two stairways here. So you have a choice. You can stay on this lower level and be in your ego, be in a space where you are, things aren't working out, where you're struggling, all of that. Or you can start really leveling up, moving toward where you should be moving toward, where your abundance is and your joy, and you start moving differently. You start that timeline shifting. Okay. Then we have, oh, wow, the Empress. So yeah, new beginnings, new growth, new ways to find abundance. Okay. There is something being nurtured here within you, and it takes time. You know, it's like sometimes we have to just take a step back. We do nothing, or we just be within for a little while. It's because something is shifting in your body, and we have to give ourselves some grace. So really taking care and nurturing that. Look at this, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay. There is definitely a space here for the the wheel is going to start turning in your favor. It's like you've been vulnerable, you've been cleaning out the inner trash, is what they're showing me. It's like you've been cleaning it up, you've been doing the work, you've been doing all these things, and now with the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to start moving in a whole different way. The timeline shift, you're going to wake up differently, you're going to move differently, you're going to think differently, you're going to talk differently, you're going to act differently, you're going to feel differently. There is just something really, really big shifting here, and I absolutely love it. King of Cups, and this is totally about connecting to your intuition, connecting to the feminine, connecting to the emotions that guide you and steer you. And now it's time to shout from the rooftops. That you, like, I'm not saying tell everyone how amazing you are, but there's an aspect here of saying, you know what, wow, I finally made it, right? You're talking to your higher self, your spirit. This is an aspect of, they're showing me the waves can crash and it is not even phasing you. It's there. And oh yeah, that's another, I am not going back into that old world that I used to live in. That's what I'm talking about, the shifting and how things can really move and shift. Okay, look at this. You got the world now. So you got the Wheel of Fortune and the world. This is a whole new beginning. This is a new cycle. The cycle is ending of your old life. The happiness is coming. The joy is coming. The transformation is here. It is here. Page of Cups. So with that, with an ending comes a new beginning, a new emotional, new intuition, new powerful gifts. If you are like doing psychic abilities or healing and or light worker of any kind, there's some new abilities coming in. There's some new intuition, a new way of, okay, well, I don't know why they're saying a new way of looking at your intuition and feeling and doing. Maybe there's something that clicks. Like for me, for the longest time, it's like my intuition pops in and I don't even use well, I do use my brain, don't get me wrong, but I don't even use, like, I don't even have to sit and feel it. It just comes in how it comes in. It comes in different ways. I see it, I know it, I feel it, I hear it, all of the things. But there's just going to be something that is connected deeper. It's like maybe your intuition is like you've followed it and you've really sat with your intuition and you've gotten the messages, but now it's like it is who you are. It is like your complete compass. For me, that's how I navigate my world every day. Someone will send me a news article and they'll say, is this true or not? And I don't even need to even finish the title. I just feel it. It just comes in and tells me. So that's just an example. Like, should I do this or not? Nope. Yes. Like it just comes in. And I feel like this is going to be the way as we move forward. It's going to be your navigation rather than, having to decipher what are the pros and cons. Rather than going through all of those steps, it's like an aspect of who you are in how you navigate the world. Four of Earth. Okay, so this is Four of Pentacles. This says security down here. So letting go of the way you think things are or should be, and really, letting go of the old thought patterns, the old ways, the old materialistic world is what they're saying. So whether you are, in love with the big fancy house, that's not a judgment. It is what it is. Maybe now it's not even going to be even a factor for you to, feel like that is a must. Or, maybe you have always been in a space where you feel like you can't afford a new car, but now it's the opposite. It's like, okay, well, you know what? The money will show up. I'm just going to go buy it. I'm not telling you to go spend beyond your means. But there is an aspect here of completely different way of feeling and knowing. And when I was channeling before, there was something about being in lack. So there is a space where, when I said about ego, a shifting of ego where people are going to be struggling if they're in their ego. There is also that same struggle when you're in lack, when you can't see the light in others without feeling that you are less than, when you feel that someone is more than. We are all equal, whether you feel like you can do something and they can and you can't, you feel like that. There's a space there that you feel of in lack, or there's just something that's going to be coming up if you're in lack, or if you're in that space of ego, um, as well as social, like we've been programmed, as well as when program needs to be unprogrammed, from our growing up and all of the things. Those are the things that we're going to be faced with. Those are the things that you're going to be going, hey, wait a minute, is this who I am, or is this something that was taught to me and it's not who I am? All of that is coming to the surface. Okay, so be prepared for, if there is a struggle, what is the struggle, right? They're just showing me victimhood as well, like the feeling of being a victim. I can't, for me, that is all coming to the surface, coming up. Okay, it's getting real. Four of Pentacles. Here's that Four of Pentacles again. That's the same as the Four of Earth. Okay, she's holding on to her purse. Like she might like if she has to spend her last dollar, she's never going to have any again. That is going away. That is coming. You will be faced with something like that. That's the lack that I am talking about. If it's something, you really watching your mindfulness, your words. There is something here in regards to feel like it's the lack, and it's like, saying I can't afford something. That's a lack, right? You can change your words, like, you know what, this is what I desire, I just can't choose it right now, or I'm not choosing it right now. Not can't, sorry. Erase that. This is something that I am choosing later on. It's all a way of, it's making you feel like you're still going to have it, but you are not choosing it right now because you're choosing to buy groceries, if that's the case. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Knowing that right now for a lot of people are stepping away, moving in from their businesses. We all do it. I do it at times. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. All of the things. So, but what they're showing me is you're planting these seeds for the future. You're planting these seeds for what you want. That comes back to the Empress, right? It comes back to the Empress, nurturing, really having some big desires, that you're planting the seeds and you're nurturing these ideas, you're nurturing these, you're really stepping into more of who you are, coming out of that lack, coming out of, I can't do this, to, you know what, I will figure it out, a way to do it, right? It is part of our growth here on earth. It is part of who we are becoming, and there is something bigger coming. Okay, this is showing me if you are going inward, doing the work, You're looking at your shadows, really listening to your intuition deeply and spirit, and really following that as your whole. There's no, it was funny. I had a little conversation with someone yesterday, and she had such a good point. She said, "Why are we deciphering between whether this is spiritual or not? It is who we are. Everyone talks about energy. And the more we do it as a normalcy, it is the more that we become all that we are from this massive space. Okay. Seven of Wands, putting things into order, putting things into place, getting things done, finding the missing parts for your success. Really, and that might be the timeline shift that is going to happen. Three of Pentacles, working together. And I'm not feeling this is partnership. I'm saying working together with your body, mind, spirit, soul, your higher self, your guidance, your guides, all of the things. It's about a well-oiled machine that works together and brings you to a space where you are only following your body, mind, and spirit rather than pulling from your ego or a space of lack or whatever that may be. Oh, I must be talking too much. My throat's getting dry. Okay, leadership right there. There you are. This is you. You're holding this key. The pathway is lit up waiting for you. This is opening up for you to walk through the threshold and be in a space where you are showing the way. Number 8. 8 is all about, all of the things coming now to you after you've done all the things. This is you stepping forward into your calling, into more of your light, into your power. Okay. We are so powerful. Inner child. Okay. Beautiful. So yeah, this is a space here in Nomi. This is a space that I had talked about. It's either you are being faced with this or you've done the work. Okay. There's two sides of this. They're showing me you're either going to be faced with more of your inner child or you've done the work and your inner child is thriving. Your inner child is happy. It has found the joy again. It has found the no worries. You know what? The food is going to end up on my table. That's not reality, really. But do you know what I mean? It's just a saying. But maybe for some people, it does end up on their table. Not my world. But yeah, so there is something here for you to realize that this is happening. This is the next level. This is are you coming or are you going to stay where you're at? Like it's just how that is. I'm going to end off with this here I got this other new deck. And this is these are positive kind of affirmations. Look at this positivity. I love this. This is beautiful. Look at the sun. The sun is shining. The sun is coming for you. Hopefully that is clear for you. I don't know. That she's just in her presence. She's just in her, she's got her shine on. I choose to look on the bright side of life. So it's like getting rid of that, well, I do it, but I don't have enough money, or, all of the things like that. Or if I had the education, I'd be able to do it. But doesn't, just because you maybe don't have the education doesn't mean you don't know how to do something. Okay. So really standing in your presence, standing in your light, allowing the joy to come to you. Joy and love are like so vibrational, so vibrationally high vibe, and gratitude is in there too. So try and be positive in what is coming, knowing that things are going to have a massive shift in the next couple months. September, I don't know. September, there's a massive shift in, I'm just feeling that. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for being here. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I would love to hear if you enjoyed having the channeling at the beginning of what is coming. Yeah. Thank you, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.